Hey Clay, Greg and Russ here to give you an update on your hot rod pickup for the dock. Well, I've made a lot of progress since we've talked last, in spite of the virus, and we're pretty proud of that and wanted to show you some of the things that we've got accomplished on the dock's truck here. So we'll do a walk around and show you some of the things we've got done. So the tank is done and mounted here with the fuel pickups. We did have to move the mount, and I'll talk to you about that in the email update you probably already read by now, but that did have to be moved, but it is functional now and works like a champ. So the pickup and returner there, as well as the fuel lines that run up the side there all the way to the front, and that's all working correctly. The wires there right now for the pump and sensor and whatnot are just loose. They will be all tied up nicely in a loom as we get the wires run to the four corners for the lights, but they're just functional right now. So up to the cab, we do have the dash working. Get Russ to turn that on for us here. And that's all functional, except that we do need that bezel that I understand that you folks have, so that we can mount that in there a little more permanently than what we have right now. It's just sitting there right now. Once we have that and are able to mount that gauge cluster there, or the gauges itself, more permanently, then that will allow us to mount and finish up some of the wiring, because it'll help locate everything more permanently. So we'll be able to clean this up a little bit, but we just need that bezel from you. So moving forward, then the good news is we've pretty much got the motor all done. Those headers were a bear to try to get that to clear around that steering column, and the steering column is done now and permanently mounted, so it's no more of a floppy goose anymore, but it all works correctly. But getting those headers to clear, that was a challenge, and that you've probably read about by now as well in that email. But they do clear, and they're completely functional now, so it all works. Then we've got the radiator in, the new radiator that fits this truck. That's all in, along with that custom built stainless steel shroud with the fan now mounted to that. So that's all correct. With custom radiator hoses are all fitted, and then the mass airflow sensor in that tube there for the air induction as well. So all that's done. And oh, and then we did have to replace the alternator there to get it to line up for the belt alignment. But that all works now, and we have your original alternator that can go back for a credit or a return or whatever you want to do. And that gets us then to the good news here for Russ to show you.
Like noise?
Make some noise. So here we go. So we're pretty proud. It lives and runs and sounds great, and we're really happy about that. So then over here, the header didn't require any adjusting at all. We're pretty thankful for that, and I'm sure you are too, but that just went right on. So then we're just about ready to wrap it up, and just as you've read in the email by now, then need some input from you on what you want to do for pedals, and if you want us to mount those, and the exhaust, obviously, then to talk about if you'd like us to help with that exhaust, we'd be honored to do it. So hope you're happy with what we've accomplished. We've worked awfully hard to get to this point for you. And any questions, give us a shout. But here we are, and I'll be back to you soon with the finished product. Thank you much, Clay. Appreciate your time.